Hey Tyers, Darren here, back with another fly tying tutorial. Today we're going to be tying the red butt chironomid. This is a simple little midge pupa pattern, and it's perfect for fishing still waters, for trout, panfish, and anything else that happens along. I've used this in a number of lakes over the years and done quite well just fishing it under a strike indicator. And typically I'll be fishing this in water 8 to 20 feet deep. If you've got some deeper water, you can try putting this on a 15-foot leader and just using a ultra slow retrieve to bring it back into your boat. Alright, let's have a look at the materials to tie this and get started. Alright, let's get a fresh hook in the vise. I'm using my favorite chironomid hook. This is a Mustad C49S, using a size 10, and we're putting on a black bead. This is a 1/8 inch. I'm going to use a red Flymaster 6/0 thread to start. And we're just going to push that bead back out of the way and put a couple wraps of thread on by the eye. I'm using a product from Stillwater. This is the Midge Gill, and it's a trilobal yarn, and basically it's 3 strands, or 4 strands. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull that apart. All I need is basically 2 strands of this, so I'll put 2 back to use later, and I'll keep 2 to use now. So we don't need large gills, we just want them protruding over the hook of the eye. So just a couple wraps, and then we'll trim that off. Save that for the next fly. And then we're just going to add a quick whip finish on here. Trim off that thread, and we're going to push the bead back over. I usually like to trim this off at that point. So we just want a little bit over the eye is good. We just want a suggestion of the breathers there. Then we're going to reattach our thread behind the bead. And I'm just going to use close touching turns. I'm going to wind this down the hook shank, down into the bend. You just want to try not to have any gaps here, because this is going to form the butt of our fly. So it's most important down right at the end here. So you can see when I do a wrap, I just kind of pull my thread backwards just to cinch it up, and then as we go up, that should fill in any little cracks we have. We're just going to take that back behind the bead. I'm going to come in with a black 6/0 thread here, and we're just going to tie in behind the bead. I'm going to come around the red thread just to lock it in place, and then we can trim that off now. So I'm also going to take a piece of fine copper wire. I think this is a small size. And we're going to tie that in as well. And again, we're just going to try and use close touching turns of thread all the way down to the bend, and we're going to leave 2 or 3 millimeters, maybe 4, of the red thread there. We're just going to leave that exposed. That's going to make the butt section of our fly. So I like to add a coat of cement at this point, just to make sure that that body gets a little bit of extra durability. And then when I put the ribbing through there, it's gonna stick well. So we're just gonna wrap that up. 5 or 6 wraps should be good. And you want to make sure you go on both sides of that wire just so that it's locked in. And then we're just gonna put a bit of pressure and helicopter that off. And one last step for this fly. I'm just gonna take a Peacock herl. Just gonna tie that in a couple wraps, trim off this butt end. I'm going to give about 4 wraps. You want to make sure you come on both sides of that peacock herl so that it's locked in place. Trim off the extra. Then we're going to come back in with a whip finish. And there you go. That's your red butt chironomid. Thanks for stopping by my fly tying channel and watching my tutorials. If you're new here and like this sort of thing, why not hit that subscribe button? I'd love to hear from you, so if you have anything to say, leave it in the comments below. Until next time, this is Darren saying, keep a hook in your vise. Cheers.